When I was a young kid.
When I was a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog. Very nice.
Hey, welcome back to Otaku Tuesday.
Ohio.
We're Bookend Gaming. Oh, what?
I'm Eric.
I'm Travis.
And this is the fruit of Grisaia. Grisaia.
I don't know. I'm always afraid to say it because I know I'm going to pronounce it wrong.
It's probably wrong.
It's the same thing with like tsundere and stuff like that. It's like I'm
Right.
just butchering this, so I try not to say it much.
And Makina. Makina.
Makina. Who cares? Whatever.
We just did a thing. We played sports ball,
And then we played doctor.
Amane hurt herself.
Yeah.
Asked us to be her boyfriend, and we said, hell no.
Yeah, I'd rather you be my big sister.
Obviously, that is the logical choice.
That's the fetish I'm into.
So now, I don't know. We'll probably have an
change.
event with someone else here.
Who are we guessing? Who's your your
Yumiko,
guess?
because we haven't really done.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's Sachi.
Sachi? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I bet it's Sachi.
Okay. You just hope it's Sachi.
Yeah.
She's pretty
maybe.
cool. I like her too.
She's moving up the list.
I prefer eating my meals alone.
Because I don't have a choice.
It's just easier that way. For one thing, I don't have to go through the hassle of pretending to enjoy what I'm eating.
You just sit there alone. This sucks.
This is awful.
Why am
I
eating
like
this?
it. In the first place, there's no cafeteria or lunch counter in this school. The facilities themselves apparently exist, but after all, you can count the number of students and permanent staff here on the fingers of your hands.
14.
Sending the money to run a lunchroom for the benefit of that small a number of people would be completely inefficient any way you look at it. So then you might ask, how does lunch work at this place? Are you talking to us? It's a pretty simple system. When we arrive at the classroom in the morning, we can write our names in a notebook on the podium. Every lunch period, a supplier delivers food to everyone who's signed up. Nice! Boxed lunch catering, as they call it.
I'm surprised he's not like, I bet they're poisoning me.
Right, yeah. Of course, it's completely up to every individual student whether we take advantage of the catering. Because the menu is basically left up to the supplier, it's possible to sign up only when they're offering something you want. Personally, I haven't asked for delivery even once. Psh, I don't want Pizza Hut. It's not that I'm worried about saving money, or that I can't trust food made by others. I don't have any religious principles against eating meat, either. I'm just not interested enough in what I eat to bother. They say it's a common result of being raised in a food poor
Yeah, right?
environment. And considering the time I spent living together with my master and her crappy cooking, I guess it's only natural. I think I'm going to start putting a counter. No, that'd be obnoxious, but how long it takes before I mess up a word.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't take that long.
No. A full stomach and adequate nutrition is really all I need. Incidentally, the lunch I prepared for myself today is 3 plain salt rice balls. My side dish was also a quick job.
The thing is, though, the trick is just if you flub a word or say something wrong, don't even acknowledge it. Just move on to the next word and just hope nobody notices. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
Well, half the time I don't notice because I notice while editing. I'm like, I didn't say that even remotely right, but whatever.
I mean, that's the epitome of what I do.
That was nice of Travis to not point it out, I guess.
Yeah, there was already one of those in this episode, by the way. It was
Oh.
like the second thing you read one of the words wrong.
Well, then there you go. The
I
timer
didn't say anything at the time.
It's hard,
Now
okay?
you brought it up.
Sometimes I look up at the TV and it's far away.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I have to read it from the TV.
Right. After frying onions and garlic, I threw them together to cook with some canned tomatoes and kidney beans, adding a packet of chili powder for seasoning.
What the hell are you making?
Who knows? As my master used to say, humans ain't that fragile. You won't starve as long as you've got beans to eat. Eat my beans.
Tsundere's eating beans!
But I guess going with nothing but the basics is a bit too bleak for me. No point in living like a monk. So I've also brought an apple for dessert.
Monks never eat apples.
Oh, is that a thing?
That's fancy. I don't know.
So everyone knows how much of an asshole you are?
Exactly.
Kind of feels like I'm eating nothing but red stuff, but there's no point worrying about a meal's appearance. This is perfectly adequate for my needs. Are your rice... Is your rice red?
It could be like brown rice. Well, he put like chili powder.
Oh, that's
in the whole
right.
thing.
Chili powder.
Hey there, Yuuji.
Turn on the TV. It's a little loud.
Yeah, it got really loud after that.
So now she's dropped the honorific. Ah.
Huh? What?
Don't just call me Yuuji, you woman. I missed the coon.
Well, I'm your big sister now, right? Using an honorific for my little brother would just be weird.
I don't remember giving you permission to not use one.
I don't remember you forbidding it either.
Okay. It's now forbidden.
I was not expecting that. My goodness, what a tyrant. In that case, I have a condition of my own.
Yes. What do you want? She wants Hime. No.
If you call me Oni-chan, I'll stop calling you Yuuji. What you think, Yu-chan?
Awkward silence. You, Chan. Spare me. Not even my parents ever called me that.
Come on now. Why not give it a try? Say Oni-chan for me.
Ridiculous.
What kind of an attitude is that? In that case, it's Yuuji for you. Got it?
Do whatever you want. I don't even care anymore.
I intend to, Yuuji.
I'm so over your boobs. And? You need something?
I've always been an ass man. No, it's just that I spotted you starting that tragic lunch all by yourself. Come on, let's eat together.
No. I've already made it clear that I like eating alone. Take your volunteer work to Makina. Why don't you?
I mean, that was the opening line, so of course this whole scene is going to be about him eating alone. Of course, Makina is going to be with us too. Makina!
Just pops out from under her dress. Ooh, you call?
You rang. Yes, I did. But can you please try to speak properly?
Nee. Oni-chan's got a box lunch too. What you eating?
In one ear and out the other.
Rice balls and an apple. And what's this red stuff? Baked beans. Those look kind of tasty. Want to try some? Want to know the family secret? Yeah!
Oh, no, he'll never tell. Jeez, don't beg people for food like that. You'd think we weren't feeding you anything at home. Home?
Delicious. Amane, give me some bread. This would definitely work with bread.
Everything. Listen to me when I'm talking to you.
Ooh.
Don't give me ooh. And you, just what are you feeding Makina? Some beans?
Ooh and you. Like I said, beans. She just had a mouthful. Hardly a big deal.
Beans? What? What's with this depressing, lonely businessman in his 40s lunch?
Beans are nutritious. There's no problem, unless you're afraid of the methane gas.
They're the musical fruit.
It's pretty dang good, you know?
Let's see.
Somebody break out a slide whistle?
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, was that in the game? I thought it was outside.
Hey, you, don't just start eating my food. I have to feed it to you.
I guess it is pretty good. But this is canned stuff, isn't it?
Well, the beans and the tomatoes, yes. I love canned food too. Nom 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 nom. Look, stop eating it already. This is all I've got. Speaking of canned food, I've been wondering in this for a long time. Do they sell canned bread?
They do. It's probably disgusting.
How do they peel those canned mandarin orange slices so perfectly? They don't. They melt the skin off with acid and alkali.
You would know that, you weirdo. Gah, seriously? That sounds kind of bad for you.
Don't worry. The chemicals are neutralized, and they wash the fruit with water after. It's perfectly safe. That's a relief. Nom nom. Hey, you! Ha! The girl's already halfway through my lunch.
She's just grabbing like handfuls of beans.
Yeah, get her out of here.
Sorry. As an apology, we'll split some of our lunch with you, okay?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not desperate enough to start stealing other people's food like this little...
Come on now. We've got plenty. No need to hold back. Behold! My stuff.
Whoa.
Someone does have a whistle.
Sachi's just there for any musical number that she's needed
got like
for.
20 instruments lined up.
With that exclamation, Amane brings out a huge wrapped lunch. Looks like she's actually got a number of boxes stacked on top of each other.
Feast your eyes on a true work of culinary art.
Opening the lid, she reveals a box packed with a rich variety of vividly covered side dishes. It's only like 10% red. Practically indistinguishable from a delivery lunch from some well-established restaurant like Olive Garden. I see. No wonder the neighborhood calls this place the Money Sink Academy. Pretty luxurious for a school lunch.
I was going to make like a when you're here, your family joke, but it didn't come to me quick enough. I'm off my game.
When you're here, you're here.
Yeah, when you're here, you paid to be here.
This isn't one of those catered lunches. I made it.
Seriously? I mean, you know she cooks.
Right?
Haven't I already mentioned? My family runs a Kyoto-style restaurant in Kanda.
Nice.
Or
Is it the
Kanda.
Shanghai? Kyoto food in a district of Tokyo?
That's illegal.
My mom...
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought it was...
She was speaking like Makina.
Yeah, I thought it was Makina at first. It stopped.
My mom's the daughter of an old-school Kyoto restaurant.
The daughter of a restaurant?
And my dad's a cook from Kanda.
I'm very confused.
My mom's the daughter of an old school Kyoto restaurant. Okay,
So,
I don't know.
A cook had a baby with his restaurant?
No kidding. I don't know what that was. That was weird. I was going to say she's talking about home, so she lapses into her accent.
I just don't know accents.
Infrequent lapses into that weird Kansai accent come from. And come to think of it, the short-tempered, vaguely masculine side of her personality makes a lot more sense knowing that her father is from a blue-collar neighborhood like Kanda.
And her mom's a building.
She's a brick house.
She's mate.
Amane's crazy good at cooking, you know? She's not a big fan of meat, so we don't get much of that. But what she does make is super delicious. You don't eat meat, Amane? But you're such a huge bitch. Now that she mentions it, I don't see much in the way of meat dishes inside this box. Bit of a surprise. I had you down as a carnivore for sure.
Well, it's not like I'm a vegetarian, and I can cook meat just fine. But, you know, if I get too much protein, I'll end up growing even bigger, which I'd kinda like to avoid.
What, your breasts are getting too heavy?
I'm talking about my height.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess you can't exactly shed inches the way you can pounds. Yeah, sure you can.
Yeah,
just cut off your legs.
Yeah, just get some Japanese to shoot off your shins.
Of course, cutting back on meat now isn't going to make anime any less imposingly tall. That said, if she keeps a careful eye on her diet, it might help maintain the status quo. Bit of a reactionary approach, considering she's already pretty damn tall, but I guess that's just your typical passive Japanese mindset at work.
She doesn't want protein, so she's off the list.
Yeah.
She's dropped a few places now.
As Jables once told me, there aren't many Japanese who go to the dentist before their teeth start to hurt.
But I guess boys want their meat, huh? I'll make some next time, so make do with this for today.
I'm not a huge fan of meat myself. More importantly, I'll take care of my own food expenses. You don't have to worry about my tastes.
I'm making Makina share every day anyway, so adding a little more isn't that big of a deal at all. No need to hold back.
Just let people be nice to you.
Right.
Who hurt you? Probably lots of people, but
Right.
why are you so determined to stick your nose into my eating habits?
Well, you're my little bro, right?
What? You're my big bro, right? What? Right?
Right?
I don't get it. I mean, what?
That's what's not to get.
Yeah, this was perfectly established not even that long ago. In other words, they just want to play house.
Oh my god, she's a vampire.
Or maybe someday, say the principal ordered them to become friends with Kazumi-kun for some reason. Either way, I'd prefer to maintain some distance. I can't be as casual about this as a normal student might be. I have too many things I'd like to keep to myself.
I mean, isn't it a little sad to be eating rice and beans for lunch at your age?
I'm 52.
I'm used to simple food.
Okay, that too. The whole I'm used to being bullied thing, that's also pretty pathetic. Just what have you been eating until now?
Well, I don't know. Nothing special. When I was a young kid.
When I was a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog. Very nice. I may not have gotten much in the way of luxury, but I ate normal meals. My current emphasis on low effort, nutritious food is the product of the way they did things at my previous school. Pardon my French, but at that place, the principle was eat fast, shit fast in the morning. Well, I mean, that's going to happen if you eat beans. We were kicked out of bed at 6 a.m. sharp for roll call, exercise, and running. And once all that was done, everyone made double time to the mess hall for breakfast. The way the schedule worked out, we never had more than a few minutes to eat that meal. Anyone who took their time would get a dressing down from one of the seniors. So everybody stuffed whatever food they could grab into their mouth and forced it down their throats as fast as possible. Lunch was slightly different in that the sheer amount of food they gave us became a challenge.
So he's a hot dog eating champion. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
It all makes sense now.
Right. But he doesn't eat meat. Yeah.
Hot dogs aren't meat.
The piles of meat and vegetables would have been hard enough to handle alone, but they'd throw in a heaping bowl of rice as well. We were expected to cram all that into our stomachs in about 10 minutes, washing it down with miso soup. Naturally, we weren't allowed to leave a scrap of food on our plates. Vomit it up, and they'd tell you to push it all back down again. In other words, the taste was not exactly the first thing on our minds. I never enjoyed eating that much in the first place, so once my meals became outright painful, approaching food in a purely business-like fashion felt like the natural response. Nothing but rice and beans for lunch might seem sad to Amane, but I'm not fighting my friends for a can of food, and I've even got fruit as a dessert.
It's like Christmas.
By my standards, this is high class. This is a high-class, elegant meal.
I mean, you're always making this face that just screams, I'm only eating because I have to.
That's a really specific face.
Can't we do something about that?
If my face is putting you off your food, I suggest you don't look at it.
Jeez, you're such a wet blanket. Your beautiful big sis is offering to make you lunch. So this is the part where you stop being stubborn and say thanks.
Herm.
What now?
Nothing, I just wanted to get the counter going. You're right about this one, sorry.
Huh? What? You're suddenly going along with it? This is a little freaky.
Well, can't hurt to play along once in a while.
Alright, put these handcuffs on.
To tell the truth, I had a similar discussion in the past with another pushy woman, ended up turning into an outright fight. A certain busybody German had this habit of coming to the mountain cabin where I lived with my master, mainly to subject us both to shrill nagging sessions. She'd barge in, clean up without even asking permission, make food nobody asked for, and then leave just as quickly. I think the woman must have gotten some sick pleasure out of it.
It's hot.
One day in particular, I got pretty indignant when she put away some book I was in the middle of reading. I ended up firing off the line, "You're not my damn mom!" with predictably unpleasant results. Well, it wasn't exactly the first time we'd fought, and it's true that I found her constant meddling annoying. So I honestly told her as much. Serious mistake. The woman in question, already a full-grown adult, spat out the supremely childish words, "Fine, see if I care." And then, of all things, she broke down in tears. "I care!" Oh no! Leaving me in complete bewildered panic. Since that disastrous experience, I've learned a lot about how to handle women. Yeah, it really shows.
You forgot, all right?
The first lesson, knowing when to back down, is crucial. Don't resist a woman's kindness. When a woman gets worked up, words won't get through to her. And the most troublesome lesson of all,
Bitch is wily.
women of the busybody type, remember the smallest grudges through all eternity. I'm happy you're willing to make lunch for me, but don't feel like you have to do it every day. I'd appreciate it when you have the time.
Sorry. You know, I wasn't really trying to be that pushy about this. Well, I mean,
I know your intentions were good, Amane.
It's snowing.
I don't have a reason to refuse that would satisfy her. Not one I can bring up here, at least. Anyway, I'm not looking to make the atmosphere in the classroom awkward over something like that. As for Amane, I don't know how she interpreted my sudden change of tune, but she sounds downright contrite about her aggressiveness. We're both being mature about things all of a sudden. Guess the two of us are still capable of being reasonable with each other. Seems like a good sign.
Grab my tits.
Hooray! Anyway, it's time to chow down. I'm hungry, hombre. Yum, yum.
Hey, you. There go the last of Yuuji's beans.
Oh no! Since when? Who could have done such a thing?
You know no shame.
Well, a healthy appetite is a good thing.
Talk like that and she'll take your rice balls and apple too, you know?
Apples are my number 2 fave, right after strawberries. Ho ho! This guy looks kind of tasty indeed.
Did you just lick your apple?
You just had an apple this morning. Don't be such a glutton.
You had an apple this morning. That's all you can eat today.
You apple-stealing whore.
I don't really mind giving her the apple, but I thought you said Makina didn't have that big of an appetite.
Oh, well, I guess it'd be better to say her eating habits are totally unbalanced. She won't eat it all for a while, but when she does, she'll pack away 3 meals at once.
Sounds like a bit of an exaggeration. And then she hibernates for a couple days. I dropped my hand on Makina's head with a thump. Where would the kid be storing all of that in this tiny body?
I had the same thought, but it's a fact. Some nights she'll polish off a huge dinner, then
I gotta take a shit
to me and say, I'm hungry, 5 minutes later.
Oh God, what if she's like bulimic?
Well, everybody has days like that. They did mention her being in the hospital.
Uh-oh. I'm still gonna joke until we find out otherwise.
Yeah, and then we're sad for a couple episodes.
Yeah,
the sad
we joke about
episodes
it again.
Yeah.
No, they really don't.
Strange. Maybe she works like a mole or a rhino, inefficient at absorbing energy from her food, so she has to keep stuffing herself or she'll starve to death.
Let's not waste time talking about this. I'll spread out the lunch. Makina, give me a hand.
He found out you're a rhino. Run!
He's on to you.
Aye.
Kind of hot in these rhinos.
For a second, I thought I saw a shadow fall across Amane's face, but she and Makina quickly get to work. They drag nearby desks and chairs up to mine, creating one large island.
Just leave it like that. You don't really need that many chairs.
No.
It's nothing special, but enjoy.
Amane pushes one of the stacked lunchboxes at me. Inside, there's deep-fried tofu covered with red bean paste, accented with thinly sliced boiled daikon radish. Not to mention broccoli with sesame sauce, fried burdock root, Kyoto-style grilled mackerel, and chicken meatloaf. I thought there was no meat. Together, they make us amazingly well-balanced and elaborate meal. Holding back at this point would be downright rude. I thank her for the food and extend my chopsticks to the sliced daikon radish. Herm! Amane's cooking is somewhat light on the seasoning.
This sucks.
I'd noticed as much before when I'd had dinner in her room, but to my tongue, used to preservatives and artificial coloring, her food seems extremely gentle. Probably because I haven't eaten real home cooking in a long time. It tastes even better than I'd expected. Delicious.
What was that?
Amane, you really are an excellent cook. I told you so. Amane's the best, right?
Don't interrupt.
Well, I was born into a family of cooks and all, and a restaurant. And didn't you already eat my
I'm part
cooking
restaurant.
just the other day?
Yeah, true. The dinner in her room was a simple stew, and the main ingredients were just some off-the-shelf fish products, so there weren't any real surprises. But this meal has a vaguely nostalgic essence of home cooking, the kind of thing you get from KFC. Taste calls up faded memories of the meals my mother served me. Honestly, it's a bit of an emotional jolt.
My mom used to say, come in, we're open. I don't care if you turn out stupid or plain-faced, but you're going to learn to make food. I got a lot of cooking lessons ever since I was a kid, you know?
Hey, Oni-chan, I'll feed you. How about an egg? Want an egg? Say on.
Could she offer you an egg in this trying time?
No, I'll feed myself, thanks. Come on. Even eating with others like this is a concession on my part. This is going way past ticklish and into seriously awkward territory. Ugh. She's moving down my list. Makina thrusts the omelet towards my nose with a clumsy grip on her chopsticks. I instinctively pull back and turn a frank scowl in Amane's direction. Hey, Amane. Do something about this girl, or so my glance was intended to convey. But instead, Amane bites her lower lip lightly. This is getting her off. An irrepressible smile spreads across her face.
She's really into food play.
Grabbing a Kinpira burdock root with her chopsticks, they added a word.
Yeah,
She presses it towards my face, which I turned away from Makina's attack.
Come on,
Brutus! Hey, too. That's not how the line goes.
You've got cute girls on both arms, hand feeding you, you know. Royal treatment, am I right?
Yeah, I'll trade spots with him.
right?
That's right, you know. Oh, that's right, you know. How about you get the message already? Oh, that's my line. That's weird because that's how I read it.
You felt the same way.
Caught between a rock and a hard place, theoretically, I should gain distance, then suppress each target individually. Step 1, I need a... I'll skip that.
Chance to evacuate,
Chance to evacuate.
I think.
Have to create some sort of distraction. Look! A purple-haired girl!
The bee's back!
Everyone in this room is now a potential weapon of last resort. My frantic gaze settles on Sakaki, sitting alone in silence, picking food from a catered lunch with her chopsticks. Sakaki, I'm begging you. As Sakaki glances towards us out of the corner of her eye, I send her a desperate sauce with my gaze. Her own silent message follows. Please, don't think you're dragging me into this.
We're getting a distress signal from a nearby ship. It says sauce?
Sauce?
Maybe they're having dinner.
Is that one of those meme things? A truly cold and heartless answer. I mean, they're not actually talking to each other, are they?
No, it's just all with their eyes.
A brief, please try to eat a little more silently from your mouth could save my life, and you abandon me. I've just witnessed with my own eyes the tragic moment. Long years trusting in a superpower's umbrella, forbidden from developing a military, still shedding blood and sweat in defense of our nation, all come to naught. Sakaki, my friend and ally, in the end, was I nothing to you but a shield against the menace of Amane and Makina, a sacrifice to suffer in your place when the time came?
He's just staring off to the side for like 2 minutes, and they're just holding food in his face. Just eat the food!
No reason to despair, Kazumi Yuuji. From the start, you were a mere pawn in the great game, a dog kept alive on the whims of your masters, and you threw away the right to expect mercy from God a long time ago. Didn't you know as much? He's sure making a lot of stink out of just not eating an omelet.
Right?
It's too late now to think of a national interest. All that's left to me is to embrace this moment of reckoning, endure the unendurable, suffer the insufferable, find the cool serenity of still water.
And he takes a bite. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Is this annoying to you?
What?
Getting pushed into my little games and all. It's probably a pain, isn't it? Maybe you just want me to leave you alone. Maybe this is incredibly annoying. But it's the best I can do right now. I can't think of any other way. I don't know about your past, and even if I did, I couldn't do anything about it. Other than offer hollow sympathy, which I won't. I know how miserable that feels on the receiving end.
But I can't offer you this egg.
I guess I'm just doing this to make myself feel better. Sorry, but could you grin and bear it for my sake? I mean, it's just a little food. In other words, just give up already. Come on, open wide.
No.
Here comes the
airplane. This Suo Amane woman is too clever at times. When she puts it like that, no matter how badly I want to escape this situation, there's no way I can bring myself to run away. That ruthless way she cuts off my path of retreat is nostalgic in a way. Reminds me of my big sister. Then again, compared to Kazuki, I guess Amane's methods are almost charming. As that thought passes through my head, the tension naturally drains from my body, and I let my mouth fall open.
And die.
The kimpira she throws in my mouth has that same simple, light seasoning. The same taste of home.
Tasty.
Yeah. The food is good, to be sure, but what's with this stifling feeling? The reassuring taste of home cooking, the experience of eating with others, these are exactly the sort of things people associate with intimacy and happiness.
Oh God, I'm feeling human.
My
feelings.
heart. It's fuzzy. But in counter-reaction to the peaceful atmosphere, a dark thought spreads through my mind. I shouldn't be sitting here. My chest feels tight. Drawing breath is uncomfortable. I'm off balance.
I'm waiting for the Cadwell red.
Yeah. I know exactly why. I've spent 1.5 years since my master's death keeping my distance from others. In that time, I've grown starved for this sort of contact, and I don't want to admit that to myself, because that means facing the question, do I deserve an ordinary life?
No.
Do I have the right to an everyday routine existence living for small moments of happiness?
It's fine.
Did I say that out loud?
Huh?
It's fine. Go ahead and have some from my share.
Yeah. That's right. You're a growing boy. Eat it all up again, nice and plump. Come on. On. Look, I told you I can feed myself. I've got to get used to this sort of thing sooner or later. I want to believe that, but there's a part of me that can't. Even now, there's a nagging discomfort in the corner of my mind. There's always a side of me that accepts and a side of me that denies. And in a fight, the side that denies always comes out on top.
Inside me there are 2 wolves.
I guess that's the first thing I should try to fix about myself. Is there a reason I can't stay broken? An obvious question, but I think I'll leave it for another time.
So it was more
Oh.
Amane. I was not expecting that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like all Amane all the time.
And Makina a little bit.
Yeah, well, she comes.
She's there.
She's the expansion pack.
Just like at any other school, the start of recess period. Yeah! Here means that someone runs off to buy drinks for the group.
It's not part of lunch.
There was a similar system at my previous school, so the event itself is familiar. The fact that our designated gopher puts on a maid uniform for the task, on the other hand, is still going to take some getting used to, but I think I can get used to it. Yeah, Sachi time!
Yeah! All right, everyone. Please let me know what you'd like to drink.
I feel a little bad that you're always the one to do this. Green iced tea, please. I don't feel that bad.
Think nothing of it. I'd be making the trip to buy my own anyway. Alright, a green iced tea for Amane-san. Okay then, milk tea for me. Yes, milk tea for me, Teru-sama. Of course.
I'd like some lemon tea. I don't give a shit.
You can get it yourself. The usual sugar-free variety, I assume. Certainly. Kazami-san, what's your pleasure?
A tall glass of water. What's available?
Well, for the most part, I think I should be able to obtain anything you request.
Herm. I always feel like we need to make a bigger deal out of Herm.
Like the Herms, yeah. Just like Dewormatory.
In that case, I'll have university.
I hope he's not making a joke, because that's terrible.
Thought I'd keep the tea combo going.
Okay, look. You just made that tea up.
Hold the gum syrup. Fine, I'll take a Mr. T.
I'd like an iced tea.
There's no such thing, okay?
University?
Okay, look. Sachan, I guess? The way you try
Yeah.
really hard to understand everything you're told is a strength of yours. But sometimes it's also a weakness, you know? And you, Yuuji, you know Sachan takes everything seriously. So don't confuse her with stupid jokes.
She's gonna search the rest of her life for university.
She's going to make it.
I'll go with synchronicity.
That's
She
a-
got it.
That's a little too smart for...
Now look what you've done. Now the dim-witted copycat's doing it too.
I like her. She's fun. True. My bad. But when you offer me anything, I think it's only natural to want to explore the limits. Okay, then I'll go with water. Make mine non-carbonated.
Non-carbonated, is it?
In other words, he just wants mineral water.
A virgin Cuba Libre.
Sweetenly. Now I understand. And how about Maki-chan?
Isn't that just a Diet Coke? Yes. Okay, I'll take some milk. Make mine non-carbonated.
Oh God, carbonated milk. I wonder if that's a thing.
Ugh. Probably, and it sounds awful.
Milk isn't carbonated in the first place. And what the heck was with that attempt at a cool guy voice?
It's my Oni-chan impression. Herm. That counts.
Nailed it.
Not a problem.
Her impression is bizarre, and nothing she's saying makes any sense. I'm at a real loss. Where do I even begin?
Why the glare in my direction?
This is all your fault, that's why.
In other words, normal milk would be acceptable.
I have it on tap right here. Yeah, get me the tastiest one.
The tastiest milk? Certainly. I'll be on my way then. Please excuse me.
She's at the store. Like, is that the red cap or the blue cap?
It's the red.
With those words, Sachi picks up the hem of her skirt and bows to us, then quietly leaves the classroom.
Seriously, what a pain. Makina's been imitating Yuuji in anything and everything lately.
I'm right here and can hear you.
Well, this girl's always been easily influenced.
Whoa!
Like
Makina evolved.
Like that foul mouth of hers. Hate to say it, but she picked that up from you, Amane.
I'm not foul-mouthed, okay? Fuck. I'm just the type to say what I'm thinking, instead of stewing over it forever.
Yes, and as she's telling you, that was a bad influence on the girl. Not to say that a little foul language strikes me as that much of a goddamn problem.
Well, yeah, compared to how she was at first, I think this is an improvement. Sorta. Maybe?
What, was the girl even worse when she arrived here? Yeah, that's not it. It's just, let's see.
She used to be a lot quieter, you know?
Good times.
Meek as a kitten, really. Didn't take to anyone. Didn't talk to anyone. Spent all her time playing with dolls by herself.
Jeez, you don't gotta bring up ancient history here. Anyone has a thing or two in their past they don't want others to know about. And if you're attending a school like this, merely touching on the subject is probably enough to make some old wounds ache. Oh, my dolls. There seems to be an established principle of mutual restraint when it comes to these sore spots. Our conversation shifts fairly smoothly away from the details.
Well, the point is, compared to the fragile Makina we used to know, the current edition is an improvement.
I'm right here and can hear you. Don't feel like I've changed that much myself.
No, but you've even started eating tofu lately.
Tofu?
This girl is a ridiculously picky eater, you know? She only eats the stuff she likes.
Well, yeah.
And she only likes bread and fruit.
And she only likes the stuff she eats.
It was a real pain getting her to eat anything else. But all of a sudden, she's gotten a lot better about trying new things.
No, that's because Oni-chan. That's what I was going to say. It's because she likes us.
Yay!
Having favorite foods is fine, but don't reject something you haven't tried. At least eat some before you decide to hate it. So, the man says, experience is the most useful possible form of knowledge, a precious privilege reserved for those who manage to stay alive. Sometimes the most instructive and memorable lessons of all come from the deaths of your comrades. But I wasn't trying to preach to Makina or make any complicated argument about her values.
Let me just tell her a story about this war.
I once had a comrade who died because they didn't eat their vegetables.
Oh, I took a bullet if only my iron wasn't so low.
Should have eaten that broccoli. I just wanted to get across that ignorance isn't something you could cling to proudly. You're only embarrassing yourself when you insist that you hate some food you've never eaten.
Well, I'm honestly happy that she stopped with the picky eating. Not so much that she started imitating Yuuji in all these weird ways, though.
For example?
Like I said, the way she talks. Haven't you noticed Makina's language getting weirdly arrogant and pompous lately? I wonder whose fault that might be.
You're blaming me? I'm not arrogant and pompous.
You're the only person here who talks like that.
Hey, Makina, seems like you've been coming off as a little arrogant lately. Better watch your step, got it? Herm! Oh god, now there's 2. Duly noted.
Look, this is exactly what we're talking about, okay?
Yeah, you talking to me, punk?
Okay, what's with the sudden
Shut up,
aggression?
bitch! Well, the girl has always been easily influenced by others. And if you consider the positive effects it's had on her, is there really any reason to force her to suppress that habit? Oh, wise words. This girl knows what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just gotta lay off. Nice going, Yoshiko. Who's Yoshiko? I'm Yumiko. I'd appreciate it if you didn't scramble my name for your amusement. That really worth getting mad about?
I mean, couldn't we get her to imitate our better habits?
I think the problem's with the sample she's working off, to be honest.
I really don't think you can talk.
Thanks to everybody, I'm pretty happy right now, you know? I got my cheerfulness from Amane, and learnt to enjoy books through Yumi-chan. I picked up hard work and not giving up easy from Sachin. And Oni-chan showed me how to be strong and live with courage, something like that, and how to turn crawfish blue. I guess pretty much everyone except Chirichiru's taught me something, you know?
Oh, God! Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Learn from me, too! Like my tsundere skills or something.
Oh yeah, you're a tsundere. Why would I do that? What's that crap even good for?
What? Can you please stop flatly denying my entire way of life without even batting an eyelid?
It's okay. Now that I think about it, I'm learning from Chirichiru too, you know? As a negative example.
What the heck? You're just calling me an idiot after all.
Yep, but I love ya.
Huh?
I love ya a whole lot, Chirichiru, so it's okay.
You taught me how to pull off a fanny pack. Okay. I don't really get it, but yeah. Really?
I copied your hairstyle. What do you think? Mocking you ruthlessly, then switch into lovey-dovey mode at the end for maximum contrast. Tsundere enough for ya?
Okay, I'm pissed off after all.
Huh? But it's true that I like you a whole lot, you know? It's fun having you around, Chirichiru, even if you are an idiot.
That a fact. Nice to hear. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Jeez, don't call me an idiot. Only idiots call people idiots. Got it?
Stop ruining the desks, you idiot. Whoops, the break's already over.
Huh? Sachan's really slow getting back. Hope she didn't run into any trouble.
Why don't you call her if you're worried?
She's gonna show up with university.
Yeah, she
Like
found it
100%.
somewhere.
She's gonna find something.
We're gonna
that's
go.
called-
That's our moment with Sachi. We're gonna go find her now.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh God, why is everything so loud in this game?
Hello? Sachan? Where are you?
I can't find it.
Huh? The station platform? What are you doing out there? What? Hokkaido? Why on earth? Wait. No, that's really okay. It doesn't have to be that fresh. You really don't need to go that far.
What's this? What happened?
Seems like Sachan
Yeah.
took the tastiest milk a little too literally. She was planning to go out to Hokkaido and milk a cow.
That woman's devotion knows no limits.
Anyway, come back right now. What? An airplane ticket? No, you really don't need to bother standing by for an open seat, okay? You don't have to go out there. They sell fresh milk from Hokkaido in the supermarket right here. Remember? Just buy that and come back, please.
But it's best when it's fresh from the teat. Okay, I think I might have been right about this one. Akina's personality getting warped might have been inevitable, considering the references she working from here. Well, not to say that I'm any exception.
And that's pretty much an episode.
We gotta go to the principal's office.
Oh no, what did we do?
We defiled
Wait.
Makina's mind.
It assumed the job with the principal mainly involved counting
No,
your
don't
school's
note it,
money
don't
and
look.
then begging for more. Yeah, so it's all going to be about the principal. What the hell was the principal's voice?
Yuko.
Thank you. I was like, was she British? I can't remember.
No, we don't have a British girl.
Oh,
It's the
right.
First time ever.
I tried to avoid it as much as possible.
Right.
After I couldn't pull it off after doing the Southern Belle one right before it.
Michiru used to be British.
Yeah, it's too hard to do.
There's no British tsundere.
I'm not a voice actor. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm losing my voice already.